What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to another video. And today the Winnipeg Jets took on the Calgary Flames, and this was one of the most preseason games of all time. You know, the first two I thought were pretty, maybe a little bit dysfunctional, maybe a little bit disjointed, just guys not having chemistry with each other because a lot of them haven't played with each other a lot. But oh my god, welcome to the messiest game so far here in game 3. I hope this is the messiest out of the 6 that the Jets will play here in the preseason. This one was wild. Let's take a look at the lineup. The top 6 in this game, pretty veteran heavy. Namestnikov, Perfetti, Niederreiter. Namestnikov obviously filling in for Nikolai Ehlers, who's out day-to-day with neck spasms. Again, the Iafallo, Lowry, and Appleton line, which didn't change. Then you got Harkins, Kupari, and Ford. Those are guys, with the exception of Kupari, that are fighting for, a spot. I think Kupari's already locked down the 4C, but Harkins and Ford really just trying to stay on the roster. Ford obviously signed last year, was on the Moose, kind of like a Brandon Tanev light kind of guy. We'll talk about him later in the video. And then Malott, Toninato, and Ville, those guys are definitely Moose. And then you've got Dylan and Heinola. Heinola playing on the right side, usually a left-handed defense, but, he's getting another debut there, possibly taking a spot, potentially, if, the coach likes him over maybe a guy like Nate Schmidt, so that's interesting, something to watch. Logan Stanley with Declan Chisholm. This wasn't the pairing originally. Chisholm and Capobianco were supposed to be together, but Capobianco got hurt, so he was out and Stanley filled in. Stanley was actually with Knyzev, I believe that's how you say his name, and then Bauer drew in to pair with Knyzev. But Stanley was actually pushed out of a job, it kind of seemed like, or, his role that he had last year anyway. It kind of looked like Stanley was on the outside looking in, but he got to play nonetheless, with Declan Chisholm today. And then Hellebuck and Salmonen got to split the time, so, half a game apiece. We'll talk about that in just a minute. Going into the first, the Flames are outplaying the Jets to begin, but Harkins sends it over to Ford, and look at this disgusting feed right back to Harkins, and he slips it by Wolf to make it 1-0 Winnipeg. That's disgusting. Parker Ford today, he had a game. We're going to talk about him even more later, but that really caught my eye. And, he's not really a guy that I really considered to make the roster. I still don't think he's going to make the roster this year anyway. Maybe he's a call-up at some point if there's a lot of injuries, but hey, man, he balled out today. This was the Parker Ford legacy game. Good for him. I really love to see it, and you love those college free agent signings working out a lot like Brandon Tanev did, so maybe there's future for him down the line. The Flames would tie it up at the end of the first, but not a whole lot going on for Winnipeg. I believe they had I think 3 shots on goal in the first. Yeah, 15-3 they were outshot. Lucky that there was a tie game. We head into the second, not a ton going on, but there was some rough stuff, and we have to talk about this because this is a potentially serious issue for Winnipeg. Martin Pospisil comes through, and he kind of cheap shots Cole Perfetti here, bonks him. He got up, he was wobbling around a little bit. You watch the replay, it does look intentional. It's kind of dirty. These guys apparently have a history. Pospisil there, the player you just saw fall to the ice there on that cheap shot was Cole Perfetti, so this isn't a new thing for him. Just a dogshit AHL player out there trying to make a name for himself, I guess. And I don't know, man. Not a great look for him. And yeah, I don't know. So Cole Perfetti did not return to the game. So Stanley, after he saw that hit, he went after Pospisil and fought him, and it was fine. So Stanley got 10 minutes for instigating, 5 for fighting. Pospisil got 5 for fighting. Adam Klapka also got 5 for fighting. And then Jeffrey Viel got a misconduct for 10 minutes. I don't know why. I don't know what he did. I didn't see it on TV. But Stanley also got a 2-minute minor for instigating as well. So it ended up actually being a Calgary power play for 2 minutes, and then Winnipeg had a 3-minute power play. So I don't know how you end up with that. Very odd, but again, a very preseason-y game. But, whatever, fine. We move on to the third period here, and this is when Winnipeg finally started shooting the puck a little bit more. I mean, they only had 7 shots through 2 periods, and Parker Ford gives the Jets the lead 3 minutes and 20 seconds into the game on the power play from Niederreiter and Iafallo. A laser beam, good God. Parker making his presence felt there, getting onto the power play because of Cole Perfetti obviously being, pulled from the game. And hey, you gotta love it, man. This guy had an all-time game today. Him, and I'll talk about my other favorite player in just a second here. But wow, what a game for Parker Ford. He really showed out tonight, left an impression. Connor Zary would actually end up tying the game there in the third period. The Jets would go to overtime. That would not settle it. And then, Calgary ended up winning in a shootout, unfortunately, as Dustin Wolf made a beautiful save off of Vlad Namestnikov. But, you know, whatever. It does not matter if you win in the preseason games or not. This is just, you know, kind of giving a showcase. Sucks they lost, but whatever. Jets didn't deserve to win today anyway. Lucky they got to extra time as is. After the game, Rick Bowness said that, yeah, the check on Cole Perfetti was a cheap shot and the refs got it right. He will be reevaluated on Thursday morning as he did not return to this game. It would get revealed later on, though, in the media availability that this was just precautionary and there doesn't seem to be any, you know, concussion protocol. He's not in concussion protocol or anything like that. So hopefully it's just, you know, one of those ones where you just get your bell rung and you're good to go, because Cole Perfetti going to be a very important part of this Jets team's success if they are to be a successful team this year, obviously. But Parker Ford had a very nice game. Somebody that also had another very nice game was Ville Heinola. This man was on a mission tonight. He looked calm. He looked poised. He was deflecting pucks away from the goal. He just looked so in his element. He was just standing guys up. He was playing big. He was playing strong. You love to see it. Ville Heinola is the best version of himself that we have seen since he was drafted, and he is a lot of fun right now. Now, there is a logjam on defense, obviously, as we know. He got an audition today on the right side. I do really wonder if they are, you know, kind of just seeing, hey, what if we start Ville or have Ville as an option if Nate Schmidt isn't, you know, lighting the world on fire at the beginning of the year? I really do wonder that, because he showed out today, and he showed that he's an NHL defenseman. He was out there killing penalties and killing them very well. He was out there on the power play and looking incredibly good. He just great power play quarterback. He's dangerous. He almost had a goal in this game as well. Look, man, Ville is the real deal. I've been telling people this for a long time, and a lot of people have been wanting to turn their backs and say, no, he's too small. No, he's just not ready for the NHL. No, he's just an AHL defenseman. And unfortunately, guys, you're wrong. You know, if that's something that you were thinking earlier on before, that's just not their reality. Ville Heinola is here to be an NHL player, whether that's with the Jets or with another team. If something does happen here, if he does get moved, I don't see that happening. But I do think that the Jets want to give him every opportunity to succeed, and so far, he's taken it. Other notes in this game, you know, Tyrell Bauer, he's not my favorite prospect or anything like that, but man, did he have a big fight today. This one went rounds, baby. He was feeding lefts. He was feeding rights. Hey, man, these guys had history in the AHL, apparently. I don't know too much about that, so I can't really speak on it. But good golly, man. Look at the haymakers getting thrown both ways there. Super fun fight. But Tyrell Bauer coming away with, I think, the victory in it. But that'll do it, guys. One of the uglier games of the preseason so far. You know, obviously hoping Perfetti's fine, but guys like Heinola and Parker Ford really stepped up today and looked really good, so I'm really happy for them. That's really all I got today, guys. Leave your comments down below if you've got anything to say, if you got any opinions, or if you just want to tell me somebody that maybe I didn't mention today. Maybe they had a good game, right? So I want to hear from you guys. Leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And get ready, guys. Season right around the corner. Lots more Jets content to come. And I will see you guys in the next one. Go Jets, go. Bye-bye.